Evacuation, Escape and Rescue Assessment or EERA. EERA is the general method to assess the evacuation, escape and rescue against the effect of the fire, explosion and smoke on the offshore platform, required by the Prevention of the Fire Explosion and Emergency Response Regulation in the UK. The definition of the escape means the escape from the accident, the process of the personnel moving along the escape route towards a masting point, or in case of pass on evacuation system failure, personnel will make their way to the sea either by escape device or by jumping. It is assumed that the personnel will have the capability for the moving to primary master point. So the important input data for analysis is which is the longest path the way from escape of the person from the hazard source. The definition of the evacuation means the planned method or emergency procedure of leaving the installation from the master point to a location clear of the platform or installation without directly entering to the sea. So the important input data for analysis is number of the people, the location of master point, and the way of the evacuation. The definition of the rescue means the process to retrieve the escapee or man overboard casualty to safe place where medical assistance is available. So the purpose of the EERA is to demonstrate on reasonably practicable measures have been taken to ensure the safe and effective evacuation, escape and rescue of the personnel from the installation or facility, and to demonstrate the adequacy of the evacuation, escape and rescue provision in response to accident conditions, to provide the guidance for the management of emergency. The methodology of the EERA consists of the first one, identification of the event which could require evacuation of the platform to avoid or minimize a major accident. Second, analysis of the frequency based on generic evacuation data or on the fire and explosion analysis. Third one, modeling of event consequence in terms of impairment of means of the evacuation, escape, and performance of life-saving equipment in prevailing conditions. And fourth one, selection of the suitable arrangement for evacuation, escape, and rescue in such event. Evacuation, escape, and rescue process is shown as below. The EER process is separated into 7 stages, as the first one, detection of an accident and communication of emergency. Second one, access to the master area. Third one, mastering and the command and control of emergency. Fourth, egress from the mastering point to evacuation point. 5. Evacuation, leaving the installation by preferred means of disembarkation. 6. Escape, if evacuation points are inaccessible. Other means of the leaving the installation are used. 7. Rescue and subsequent recovery where personnel are brought to place of the safety. From the picture, there are 4 pathways of the EER process. Start when alarm sounding. Normal EER part 1, alarm, then go to access, go to master, go to egress, and go to evacuation rescue where the non-essential personnel will resist, assemble and wait for the further instruction. However, in case of emergency is not able to control, it will be necessary to abandon the installation. We select part 2. Alarm, go to access, master, and we go to egress and escape. Rescue or is made possible to assemble at the secondary master point adjacent to evacuation, or part 3, or escape directly part 4, depending on the nature of the emergency. In fact, the successful of the EER is depend on the availability of the ER facility also. The example of the ER facility that is used in oil and gas factories such as the fire and gas detector system, audible alarms, paragraph system, emergency power, emergency lighting, escape routes, master area, lifeboat, life raft, and etc. So to access the consequence of losing the ER facility or access what if personnel doing wrong activity in each step and finding the safeguarding protection is the way of assessment of the EER. The typical hazard identification technique on that is the HAZOP. On the EER, we call EER HAZOP. The EER HAZOP grammar typically are fails, impair or damage, fraudulent, inadequate, insufficient, incorrect, congest, overload. Therefore, the deviation of the design or the failure of the EER facility during the process EER shall be studied. This example cause such as the fail of the alarm detector, fail of the communication, inadequate of the mustering points, failure of the lifeboat launching system, failure of the emergency lining. For example, inaudible during the failing will result to delay of the personnel mustering and increase the exposure number of the hazard. The safeguard shall be designed of the noisy area shall have the visible alarm signal human can visual hazard as well. It is realized that sometimes the qualitative system is not sufficient to justify the design is proper or not. The quantitative data analysis is further required as the escape time analysis or evacuation time analysis or rescue time analysis. Firstly, we have to consider the escape time for the personnel. So to do that, we shall consider what impact factor that can cause personnel injury or unable to escape from the hazard location. The external factor that shall be considered such as the thermal radiation, explosion pressure that will damage to the structure, or smoke which can impair the visibility. So this is the basic of the EERA. Thank you for watching my video and let's see you on next video. Bye bye.